What if I told you that nothing actually exists outside of you? And everything that you perceive as your external environment is actually a projection of your own awareness and how your mechanism of consciousness decodes formless light into form around you. And I know that what I just said may sound a little crazy and complex, but it is very simple. And I'm going to break it down in just a few minutes for you right here, right now. So look around you and understand that nothing actually exists outside of you, but what does that actually mean? What do I mean when I say that your instruments, your eyes, your nose, your ears, your skin, with your nerve endings, are the components and instruments of your body that decode formless light, all that is, into form? And the best way that I can simplify what sounds to be very complex, but is very simple, is by giving you the example of how a computer works. So look at your computer or your phone, the very thing that you're watching this video on right now. You have a screen that's projecting this video. Go to any website, unified.com. Go to the news feed where you see what your friends are up to, and you will experience it on the computer screen as pictures and videos and a like button and reactions and comments and a share button and all these things that are on the page. But what if I told you that that experience that you're perceiving on a screen doesn't actually exist in the way that you see it, as pictures and videos and like buttons and comments and reactions and share buttons and all that? What if I told you that there was actually a source code that your computer is decoding through its components to project what you experience as unified.com on a screen? And if that sounds complex, let me show you exactly how that works. When you go to the news feed of unified.com, when you go to any page of any website on a computer and you right click, you will see a button that comes up that says view page source. And if you click view page source, you're going to see a screen that pops up with a bunch of symbols and numbers, a code. That code, in programming language, if you want to call it, is called source code. And that source code is actually what your website is. That's what every website is. Now, what is the job of the computer? The job of the computer, through its components that it's made up of, is to take that source code and decode it to project what we experience on our screen as a website, whatever website that is. And in that very way, that's how you work. Your instruments, your components, your eyes, your ears, your nose, everything that gives you the ability to sense an external environment is actually taking formless light, which is what everything is made up of, decoding it into form so you can experience reality. But here's the interesting part. Why are there some people who could see auras and other people who can't? Why are there some people who could hear things and other people who can't? We all have eyes, we all have ears, we all have these instruments, but the quality of the instrument is what truly matters. And that's the importance of awareness. How do we upgrade our instruments? How do we access the infinite potential of each and every one of our instruments? Well, the more aware we become, the more intact our instruments are, and therefore we'll be able to see more. We're able to smell more. We're able to hear more. We're able to feel more. That's how these things work. So back to the computer. If your computer is lacking the component that will decode the source code into a video, you will not be able to watch videos on your computer. On the other side of the spectrum, if your computer has an upgraded component that gives it the ability to decode source code into holographic videos, you'll be able to watch videos in a holographic 3D visual. Now go back to your eyes. If you have the awareness to see things differently, your eyes will be able to perceive something that somebody else's eyes will not. And that's why awareness is so important. Your awareness dictates how your instruments decode formless light, aka source code, into form. And that is the projection of what your reality is. This will eventually bring us to the idea and the question of how do we upgrade our instruments? And it's a two-part answer: awareness, and number two, which is very important, is purity. I'm going to leave this video on that note. I will talk about awareness and purity in a later video. I really wanted just to plant the seed of becoming aware of how reality actually works, becoming aware that what you experience as your external reality is actually a projection of what's going on inside of you. And what's going on within you, based on your level of awareness, will dictate how your instruments decode formless light into form, therefore dictating the way that you experience and perceive reality in the first place. That is the way I understand the mechanism of consciousness. It goes a whole lot deeper because that is individual consciousness. We can also speak about collective consciousness, but I will keep that for another video as well. With that being said, I want to tell you all that I love you. Thank you all for tuning into this short but powerful and potent video. Watch it over and over and over again and see the parts that it will activate in you. If you didn't understand what you just heard, just know that your soul does understand it because your soul knows all. As your soul and heart become activated, that will bridge the gap between the heart and the mind. The mind will begin to remember what the soul already knows. I love you guys. I'm wishing you all a beautiful rest of your day.